Okay. And then you're going to be able to let people in.
No, I'm going to make you the hostess and you're going to let them in and mute them for me.
Okay.
Because she just
Okay.
got out of surgery. So here in a minute, I'm going to have to
All
go back
right.
there. I mean, this
Okay.
is just a mess, but I didn't want to let everybody down. But her name is Candace Holte. She's going to be coming on. I'm going to try to stay here, but if they pull me, you, she's literally stepping in for Mandy because Mandy's husband had some big medical things. And so she's a top director. She's amazing. Just introduce her and you know how we do. You know what we do, Sandy.
Yes. Yes. And then will it be pretty apparent how I let them in?
Yes. Have you ever done Zoom?
I've done Zoom. I mean, yeah, I do my weekly meeting in Zoom. Yeah.
Okay,
But
hold on one
they
second.
all just
Yeah,
yeah,
it'll
they're
pop
all
up
just
that
able
people
to
are,
come in.
yes. Oh, I see. No, like it'll put up, someone wants you to admit them in. Like it'll say, so and so's in the waiting room or whatever. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you. I'm going to make you the hostess now and then you
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Okay, you should get a message to be the host.
Um,
Well, you're the host because I can't do anything.
oh, okay.
So you
All
must be
right.
it. So like you can go up in the right hand corner of everybody's little picture box. Hi, Candace. And you
Hi,
can
I'm trying to attach this to my car.
you're fine, girl. I
Okay.
have
It is showing me as the host.
there you go. And so you can mute people because
Okay.
sometimes people come in and don't mute. And so we have to mute them real
Right.
quick. It's recording now. So
Okay.
when Candace is done speaking, all you'll do is just end meeting and it'll go back to
Okay.
automatically making me the host and I can grab the recording.
Okay. Okay.
I
And I
appreciate
see it. I see how to admit them. So I'm fine.
Perfect. Candace, I'm sorry, my daughter's surgery got a little switcheroo. So I'm literally she just got out of surgery and so I'm hoping they
Oh
don't call me back there for her
gosh.
until I know, listen, this is what we do, right? We can do a million things at one time.
Oh, this is what we do. I know I'm trying to attach the phone to my garage door opener holder so I don't have to hold it. But
That's awesome.
it's all good. It's all good. Well, okay. Not the best, not the best view.
It
can
doesn't
hold
matter,
it.
girl.
I
I'm
can
hoping they don't call me so I can introduce you first. If not, Sandy's going to run it for us and introduce you. I appreciate you doing this.
I can introduce myself. It's okay. No problem.
Okay. I'm like, good Lord. I mean, just the whole Mary Kay world gets excited about these. I'm like, I don't want to cancel it.
No.
No. And I love that you said we can do this anywhere. I was in a hospital room doing my Monday night meeting, and it's like, thank God, like truly, thank God, right? We can do this anywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Welcome, ladies. I see all the other gals coming in.
Yes, I agree with Kathy. We're praying for you.
Oh, it was nothing big, just her tonsil surgery. This one's fine. It's no big thing. It's just, of course, it's going to hit awkward time because, I mean, why couldn't it just be at 2 o'clock when they originally had it?
Because you had things to do.
Right, right. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to do this. We're just going to figure it out. Well, gosh darn it, they don't run on my schedule.
I love seeing all these beautiful faces. Oh my goodness. This is a fun group. This is a fun group. Well, it is noon my time. Is everyone, we're in all different time zones, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, if you want, you go take care of what you need to take care of. We'll be good.
Okay. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Bye, ladies. Thanks, Sandy.
Uh-huh. All right, Candace, then go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. If you don't know me, my name is Pink Cadillac sales director, Candace Holte, top troop director, Candace Holte, and I'm in Sapphire. So it's always fun to get to see people from all different, divisions. And I was just actually at the $1 Million Weekend. I flew back in last night. It was amazing. Amazing. And it was really the first time I got to be with, people from every single division. So the top achievers across the board. So you had to have done $1 million as a sales director to be there, or be a national who has done $1 million. And then you can invite, those people can invite one guest, and that guest has to be in a pink Cadillac. And so truly it was a room of giants, which was so amazing. I'm just curious, has anyone ever been? No? Amazing. Okay. So I have a few things that I prepared and then prayed about, and then I think also that I've taken away from that weekend. And I'd be curious before that, is there anything that someone's like, hey, this is on my heart, talk about this? Because I also think being responsive in the moment can be really really amazing. And so if anyone has something you're like, yes, I need to hear about this, then spell it out. No? Okay. All right. Well, feel free to interrupt me if
in progress.
If you... Hi. Okay, Lynn, did you okay, perfect. No one unmuted on purpose. Excellent. Okay. Well, feel free, again, interrupt me, or amen, sister, whatever it is you need to hear. So, we are in we have just about 6 months left in our seminar year. And for some of us, we're going in thinking, oh my gosh, how has half the year passed? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm already way past where I wanted to be. I don't know if anyone's in that space. If you are, amazing. Or, oh my gosh, I only have 6 months. What do I need to do to be where I need to be? Because I have a non-negotiable goal. And so my first question is, just by show of hands or whatever, do you have a non-negotiable goal? Do you have a goal that you absolutely have to achieve? No? If you don't, no problem. You've got 6 months to finish. Oh, I love it. Kathy's got her hand up. If you don't have a goal, the year's going to happen and you're going to end up where you end up. And we've all been in that space, right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail is what we've been taught. But I have found if you have a non-negotiable, come heck or high water, I am deciding I am already this person, whether it's a Cadillac director or $1 Million Director or a red jacket or a national, wherever you decide you are going to be by the end of the year, write it down, put it in 8 different places, and tell 5 different people. 5 people that are in your corner. 5 people that are going to cheer you on and ask you, hey, how's that going? So some people you're going to be accountable to. I know I've got signs in my bathroom, in my kitchen, in my car. And so it's really on the back of my phone, right? It's really important to have your goal, your non-negotiable goal in front of you at all times, because that is going to have that reticular activator and help our subconscious only see finishing that goal. And so has anyone ever, have you ever gotten your eyebrows waxed or you get your nails done, and pretty soon when you feel yours are out of control or your nails are like, oh, they need some attention, do you notice everyone else's nails and everyone else's eyebrows? Or when you need to get your hair done and you're like, oh, my grays are showing, you notice everyone else's hair, right? Oh, their hair looks good. Same kind of thing that happens. Oh, my non-negotiable is finishing our trip this year for sure. We finished trip. We didn't hit trip last year. And so trip is absolutely non-negotiable this year. And then another year of triple star. So 1, 2, triple star. Thank you for asking. But have you ever noticed that? Or if all of a sudden you're on a mission for purple flowers, you see purple flowers in the most obscure places. So that is what happens in our brain when we have something that we have decided is important. So I need a new car, I need new eyebrows, I need new hair color, whatever it is you've decided is important. You are going to attract that, and you're going to see that in places you never would have noticed or seen before. So step number 1, be clear, crystal clear on your non-negotiable goal. Put it everywhere. Put it at least 8 different places. Number 2, and this is kind of some mental work that we all need to do. I'm not going to say to do it necessarily right now at the moment, but please, please promise yourself that you're going to take 5-10 minutes and do this, because this is really an activity that needs to come from your heart and not just willy-nilly. But write down your 5 biggest fears about that goal, or 5 biggest, fears, worries, things that you think would get in the way. So if you say, I want to be a red jacket, or I want to be a sales director, or I want to be $1 million sales director, maybe your fear is, I don't know where the people are going to come from. Or maybe your fear is, I don't know that I'm good enough to get people to join my team. Be really, really, really honest with yourself. The first 2 or 3 I found are a little more surface level. The last 2 are the ones that you got your gut aches, and you are, it's those things from childhood that might have come up where you're like, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I don't have the skills I need. Maybe people don't like me and don't want to be, right? It's those like really intense things where you're thinking, how I didn't even know that was what I was thought, that I thought that, let alone how I could admit that. Okay. So after you've done those 5 things, made those 5 statements, pray, do some reflecting, think about, number 1, who God says that you are, and what are some promises you could stand on. We know that no good work is left unfinished. We know that God goes before us in everything we do. He has created us with a purpose. So stand on some biblical truths, and then think about things other people have said about you. Think about, if people say, oh my gosh, you're always the life of the party, people love being with you. If that's something someone has said about you, claim it and use that in your power statements. So come with your 5, again, fears, and then really reflect on how to turn each one of those specifically into a power statement. And then with those power statements, does that make sense? Am I explaining it well? Okay. Claudia, you're first on my screen, so I see you. So I'm kind of using you as my gauge. Other than that, I see like a whale and lots of pictures, and I see Sandy. So I'm relying on your head to tell me. Okay. So get really, really honest with yourself and really, really vulnerable, and say things that are going to counter every fear, every worry, everything that you put on there. Okay. So take time to do that for yourself. Thank you, Jody. I'm being clear. Excellent. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn those power statements into a recording. Back in the day, it was a cassette tape that all the nationals would, I forgot the book. It's escaping me right now, but I see some heads nodding. You're going to turn, whether you use a cassette tape, I'm going to use my voice recording on my phone. And what you're going to do is speak who you are using those power statements, but also including the key to it is saying that this has already happened. So, my goal, or what I might say, is this is top trip director Candace Holte. I just finished the trip. I'm going to Hawaii. It feels so good to know I qualified for the prestige trip to Hawaii. I'm already picturing, the smell of the salty air, right? So you're painting that picture, but you say it as if you already did it. So it's, I finished the court of sales. I finished the court of sharing. This is how it feels. I'm wearing a green dress and everyone is watching me on stage. My own arms are perfectly toned for my princess wave, and I don't feel at all, and the toning lotion worked, right? But paint that picture for yourself, and it can include kind of that overall health and wellness aspect that you need to feel confident, but it absolutely has to include those non-negotiable Mary Kay goals and make them already achieved in what you say. And you're supposed to play this first thing in the morning when you're kind of groggy and waking up. I have a 4 and 6-year-old kid. I get shot out of a cannon in the morning. So if I don't wake up before them, then that's not going to happen for me in the morning. But make sure you have a time where you can hear yourself in the morning. You're recording this in your own voice. Hear it in the morning. And then as you're kind of drifting off to sleep at night, and I promise you, you are going to start seeing the fruits of this come true, the fruits of what you're looking to accomplish, because you're going to be in the grocery store, and instead of scrolling on your phone, you're going to notice that one sharp woman that walks in, and she's going to be drawn to you, or you're going to be drawn to her, and you're going to say, this is bizarre, but I just knew I had to talk to you. Right. And you're going to have a conversation, and that's going to be your next team member, your red jacket, your next director. That's going to be the person that orders $12,000 of product from you for all their Christmas gifts. Right. And you cross the quota sales line. And so be open to that, but knowing that when you plant that seed in your head, it is going to come to fruition, because all of a sudden, all these distractions go away. Because when the more you listen to that goal, all of a sudden your lens goes like this and your blinders are on and you are laser focused on what you need to accomplish. It's amazing. And I have heard this from so many nationals I can't count, so many $1 million sales directors that I can't count. And so it's got to be real, right? And then the only other thing we have to do to make that goal happen is track. How many of us are tracking? Maybe kind of, sort of. When I feel like it. Okay. So has anyone heard Jan Thetford talk on her tracking? Jolie, I love it. Okay. So these are her non-negotiable tracking sheets. And I really am trying to actually put it into one like Mary Kay Master Calendar tracking sheet. So if I make that, I'll be sure to share it. But her sheets are your weekly accomplishment sheet, your income producing activity sheet, your WPS, what is that? Weekly plan sheet. There you go. Your weekly planning sheet. So that's your time. So weekly accomplishment is, what did I sell? How much time did it take? Income producing activity sheet is, what did I do with my time? Did I call people? Did I just think about people? Did I go make deliveries? Did I follow up on reorders? What did I do with that? Oh, awesome, Kathy. I'm glad you're tracking. Income producing activity, weekly plan. How am I using my time? And then your bubble sheet. And the bubble sheet is simply a circle. And then every time you have a booking, you write that, or a lead, you write that person's name in the circle. And then you write down how much they bought. If they said, oh, no, thank you, call me again later. So you rebook them. If they booked a party, and if they recruited. And so in that, you are now tracking all of your Mary Kay activity and planning all of your Mary Kay time. And so I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but I know for me, I have had days and seasons. I woke up and I thought, I'm going to do all Mary Kay work today. And both my kids have, a sinus infection and an ear infection. And then, the pharmacy takes 4 hours and then whatever. And by the time the day is over, I'm thinking, I didn't actually do anything, Mary Kay. I just thought about it. I just thought I was going to do it. And so how many days do we lose not actually showing what we did because we planned in our head and we didn't actually do the thing? So really using that plan sheet, weekly accomplishment to show what we did, an amazing recruiting tool, by the way, to say weekly accomplishment. Hey, I sold 12 skincare sets and, it took me about 2 hours. Let's do the math on that. How much did I make in an hour? Amazing to show people that might be interested in the opportunity. An amazing thing. So using those tools in order to make sure we are using our time wisely and bringing forth the things that we are planning, going to change your life, going to change your business. So those were my nuggets that I had today, just from the top of the top. What questions do you have? What else do you need to know?
Well, Candace, what I'd like to say is this is so perfect. It has made me want to commit stronger and harder and the non-negotiable. And I had already written down that I was going to tell people, share my goal, but to be specific, at least 5 people, but and get it all over the place. We hear that all the time. I know we don't have time for the question that I have, but I still I'm trying to perfect the Facebook Lives. And I feel like I get close and then it's like everything turns into mud. And And so, anyway, I'm really praying for a miracle because I feel like that's something that could really help my business and really help my unit. So
I thank you. Thank you, Sandy. I would say you're probably doing way better than you think you're doing. Facebook Live, people just want to see you. I mean, there are times I took a picture. So anyway, it's kind of gross. Maybe I shouldn't share this. I'm so glad this is recorded. I remember I was finishing the month, and there were so many speakers at the $1 Million Retreat. It was beyond incredible. Anyway, I saw a question come up, but I remember my husband, doesn't matter, long context. The point of my story is finishing the end of the month. My hair's a ponytail. I'm trying to read a book to my daughter who's sitting on the potty, and I've got my computer on my lap. And I just thought, this is so not glamorous, but this is Mary Kay. And this is what I get to do right now, right? I can track orders. I can do what I need to do and still sit next to my kid who is, reading story in the potty. But I just remember thinking, people need to see more of this. Maybe not exactly that, but people need to see more of life. And this is what I do. And I think the less polished we are, the more people say, yeah, that's real and that's relatable. And so get on your Facebook Lives and just say, hey, I'm feeling this way. Here's my goal today. If I didn't do it, ask me all the questions. Let me know, and maybe ask some questions for feedback. And just have fun. Just have fun, because if you say, I love this product, can't tell you what it means right now, but it's amazing. Hey, you look it up, and whoever, posts on here and can tell me one thing that you think it does, here's what I'm going to give you, right? Just be fun. People want to see you. It doesn't matter. There's no way to get it right. I really think there's no way to get it right. As long as you get someone who's like laughing or thumbs upping or saying, oh, thank goodness, her house is like, my house is way cleaner than hers, then she's going to feel great. So I think you're probably doing amazing.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So what would be some nuggets that you brought back from the retreat?
Changing your mindset, and not just, I think this is this is just my own philosophy. Taking out try, taking out could, speak things as if they've already happened. Tell yourself these things have already happened, because when we give so I have a background in mental health, and I work with kids. I have a job in the schools as well. And when I tell them if, or think about, or try, it's not going to happen. But when I say, when you do this, here's the result, it's non-negotiable. You can choose. When you work on Mondays like you planned, here's the result. It's going to come. When you don't, here's the result. It's not going to come, right? And so I think taking those like iffy, wishy-washy words out of our vocabulary is huge. And then telling ourselves, I am crystal clear, and here's why I'm crystal clear. It might just be something the Lord dropped in your heart, and you're like, I have no idea where this came from, but it is not going away. And so here it is. Or it might be something that you just say, I've wanted this. I don't know why I want this, but this is my desire. And speaking it as if it's already happened is going to change your mind. And then truly breaking the belief barrier, because we don't know what God's going to do in our lives. We are just supposed to be stepping in the right direction. And truly, I have heard that from, I can't tell you. We probably had 20 different speakers. And I would say 99% of the time, they were talking about your belief system. And if you are not clear, and we all lose, I feel like, I've been in 11 years. I don't know how long everyone else has been, but we go through seasons, and sometimes we lose our why and our identity and why we want the thing. We just know we should do the thing, or we should have, I guess I should just be a red jacket because that's what you do. But if we lose our why and how clear we are on our why, or how come, or what this is going to do for other people as a result of me doing this, right? When I get to bless 40 people or 25 people to come into Mary Kay, holy cow, I get to be a blessing for that many people. Those women are blessed. And so just, I don't know, just being really so clear and non-negotiable in what you're doing and taking a step in the right direction, and your dance card will fill up. Just get on the floor. Anything else? No? Wow. Well, this is so cool to scroll and see all these amazing women on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. If there's no other questions, then I'm going to say have a beautiful and blessed day. And if I master the sheet with all of the bubbles and the weekly accomplishments and income producing activity, if I get that into one kind of thing, I'll make sure I send it on over.
Okay, no more questions?
If I were going to ask you what was the hardest thing, may I ask, are you a $1 million director because you went to the $1 million director retreat? But what was the hardest thing that you've ever had to do in your Mary Kay business?
So I am not yet a $1 million director. We did 650, so we did the trip, but so I was the guest of a $1 million national, which was super, super special. But that's happening. The hardest thing I've had to do in my business, let people go who are doing small things. And what I mean by that is sometimes we get so desperate or so stuck on, oh my gosh, if one more person just, finally comes in with a 35, I'm going to cross my fingers and pee my pants. Right? Oh my gosh, let it go. I think the hardest thing I've had to do, and this is Sonia Paez and I had a really great relationship, and that's the main thing we were talking about this weekend, is she said, I don't mess with any of that. I tell them the starter kit is 145. I tell them you're coming in and you're recruiting. And that is my expectation. That is just, and if they don't do it, then my assistant can take care of them. Or, they do not get my attention. And not in like a, I don't care about you way, but truly, I think sometimes we get so stuck on, oh, I spent $12 or 12 hours and I it's like, oh my goodness, let's have bigger thinking and expect more of ourselves, because when we do, people will fall into that. They really, really will. And so I think my nature is so like, I just want to make you feel good and I want to make sure you're happy and want to cater to you. But I don't have the time for that in my life and so yeah, I think that's been my biggest hurdle mentally, is just to have big thinking consistently and trust that it's going to work out. Because it does work out, but it doesn't work out if you don't give yourself bigger thinking and you don't tell yourself people are coming in. They're coming in qualified. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You're going to have people coming in qualified and not people who take 45 million years to put in a 225. Yeah.
If I could ask one more question, what goal have you achieved that you absolutely shocked yourself that you actually did it?
Love that. I would say finishing trip. Yeah, finishing the trip was so we usually do about 20, low 20s wholesale a month. And we had to do 46,000 to finish trip, wholesale the last month. And so I was like, that's more than double, right? Like, where on earth is this coming from? But it came, it happened. So it was huge. But I remember I was walking out, I finished a class at the gym and I was walking out and someone said, oh, what are you going to do today? I said, oh, I'm going to go finish my 46,000 wholesale. And someone looked at me like I had 5 heads. But to me, it was like, no, this is happening. I don't care that you think this is bananas. They weren't even in Mary Kay. They had no concept of anything, but that was a big number. And I said, oh no, it's planned out. Here's how it's going to happen. And I just moved on. But I thought, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool that they think I'm crazy. And it happened. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh my gosh, Candace, thank you so much. Wow.
You're so welcome.
I mean, you just gave us such concise things, concise things that no matter what somebody's goal is, they can do this,
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Can I say something?
I know
This is
Jennifer
Connie.
appreciates you.
Hi,
Go
this
ahead,
is
Connie.
Connie. Yes, I just want to say, you know what? I think our biggest problem is, well, I know my biggest problem is the thinking big. And that seems like that's I guess one of the 5 things that would stop me from doing those things is the thinking big part. Oh, or should this happen to me, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's what's the hardest belief. And
Yep.
so that's the part I'm working on, really working on, because I know that I have done this. I've been in this is like my 3rd time in Mary Kay, and I've done those. I did things that were fascinating, that fascinated me. I did it once, didn't do it again. So I have to really keep it going. But thank you, all the information you gave was so wonderful.
Oh, I
Thank you
love it,
for your
Connie. And
time.
I don't know what your goal is, what your non-negotiable. This is going to happen no matter what is for you this year or this month. But one of the I totally understand struggling with big thinking. And I think that's really common as women for different reasons, but especially if we have have been in a bad relationship, or we're in that self-preservation, or we tried and it didn't work out, and so I can't possibly deserve this, and who am I to even think I could dream this big? I think that's so common for a lot of us. And I would encourage you, like for me, that showed up in my life. And when I did my 5, one of my 5 was, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to, whatever the end of the sentence was. And then I had to flip it. And one of my opposite 5 was, I am a child of God. He has created me with these strengths and talents, and using them looks like this. Using them gets me to this. And so I just encourage you to flip that narrative in your head too, because it's going to make that is what is needed to make a difference. I would say it's
Thank
that
you
imperative.
so much. Thank you,
So
thank you so
I'll
much,
be praying for
Candace.
you.
I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it was really wonderful for you to give up your time. We always appreciate Lunch and Learns because we learn so much from it. Just practicing it is what's important.
This is great. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you all so much. Thanks for having me on. Feel free to reach out anytime. You can get my phone number. Be happy to pray for you. And I'm excited to see you all way better places than you are right now. Whatever that looks like. It's going to be amazing. So make it happen.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much. This has been
Bye.
fascinating.
Welcome. Bye.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Thank you.